Surely you must be looking at the title thinking, I know this man did not just take 8 weeks off from posting to come back with a video for motherfucking oatmeal, but if I have to suffer through the knowledge that products like brekkie and mush are trending, I feel obligated to ensure that one of history's cheapest and easiest foodstuffs is never allowed to become a mail order luxury product like so many others. In the world of oats, there are 3 main styles that will yield meals of 3 distinct textures. Steel cut oats, which are chewy, rolled or old-fashioned oats, which are what you probably know to be the regular kind, and instant, aka quick cooking, aka minute oats, which are trash. In order to understand the difference, you first have to understand this. This is an oat groat, the raw, unprocessed, untouched whole oat. To turn this into steel-cut oats, you've got to cut the groat into chunky nuggets, which are denser than all the other oat formats and thus take much longer to cook, like at least 30 minutes. To make rolled oats, you've got to roll this groat between big drums that flatten it out into a little flake that cooks in about 5 minutes. Instant oats are also rolled, but then also chopped up into little tiny pieces so that they hydrate more quickly. That maximization of surface area really illustrates the dependent relationship between convenience and texture. I want to talk strictly about cooking oatmeal, so for now let's just speak in terms of oat plus water. This is how to make it totally plain. For steel cut oatmeal, boil steel cut oats and water in a 1:4 ratio with a pinch of salt, stirring occasionally for 30 minutes. Alternatively, you can put them in a slow cooker with that same 1:4 oat to water ratio and cook that on low for 8 or so hours. This allows you to slow cook your oatmeal overnight and have breakfast ready as soon as you wake up. As far as rolled oats go, you can boil them for about 5 minutes as previously mentioned, but the overnight preparation is even easier than that of the steel cut variation. Just combine 1 part rolled oats to 1 part milk or malk, plus an optional spoonful of chia seeds, and let that sit in the fridge while you sleep. Divide a big batch among a couple of food storage containers and you will have breakfast set for the better part of a full week. My advice for how to prepare instant oats: just stay away entirely. It's impossible for them to ascend to a plane any higher than that of gruel. You would be right to assume that everything that I just outlined won't taste exceptionally good. I just walked through how to cook plain oats in nothing but salted water. But once you know how to cook oatmeal, you get to flavor it, and that usually starts with sweetener. Sweet elements include brown sugar, honey, agave nectar, maple syrup, dried fruit, fresh fruit, stevia, sucralose, and no matter what you choose, you also get to choose how sweet your oatmeal becomes. Just as important as sweetness is richness. I talked about cooking everything in water, and you could definitely still just do that and then maybe luxuriate it in a little bit of heavy cream or full-fat yogurt at the end. You might instead choose to cook your oats in half water and half whole milk, or even sub all of the water for a relatively watery anyway milk alternative, depending on your taste for richness and dairy tolerance. While you're in the business of improving textures, consider adding something crunchy, a roll easily filled by a nut or a seed, be it pecan or pepita. With texture, sugar, richness, and crunch all locked in, you may consider the highly marketable superfood additions that expensive oatmeal loves to tout, such as chia seeds, maca powder, goji berries, warming spice blends, or even cooked quinoa. You know I love presenting culinary possibilities in the form of matrices, such as this scientifically undeniable oat matrix, but just in case you need some inspiration to get started, the following combinations are linked in the description as third-party recipes. That's how you might potentially cut your oatmeal budget by 90%. As much as I hate seeing ads all day, at least they're illuminating the new ways in which the invisible hand of the free market is sneakily finger blasting our bank accounts. Hopefully this broad overview shows at least a few beginners that cooking can, at times, be much easier than advertised. I know it's way more fun to watch flashy lessons on homemade Chateaubriand, but what's there to celebrate with a feast if our brethren and sistren are waiting by the door for oatmeal at $18 a pound? A rising tide lifts all oats. And now it's no secret, if you can boil water and set a timer, you can make oatmeal. Your move, mush.